Hello Stampers, I got a pretty little card for you today. This is super simple and pretty quick. I'm using the pretty leaf and the sentiment from a new stamp set that Stampin' Up has out in the July-December mini catalog, and it's called Soft Seedlings. So we're going to be using this leaf here and the For You sentiment in this project. And I thought it'd just be fun, just taking this leaf here and having it like on a vine that wraps around there. I know it's probably a maple leaf, but I used it like a grape leaf or whatever that is viney. So I'm going to show you how to do that today, and we're going to do this background, which is so simple. So let's get started on this. I'm going to start with a 3.5 by 5.5 piece of basic white cardstock. Now you can find all the dimensions down below this video. Just click show more and you'll see them all there, along with the links to the products. Those links will take you directly to my online store where you can shop with me 24/7. I'm going to start with a couple colors from, actually a lot of the colors in this project are brand new. We have Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, and Orchid Oasis. These are in colors this year, and they go so well together, and I'm going to show you how I used them in this project. We're going to start with Tahitian Tide. This is a very pretty sky blue, and when I do this, I want to have some nice light areas, so I'm just going to do a circular motion, and I'm going to leave some of that white showing here and there in this on this panel. So just kind of go willy-nilly in a circular motion here and there, and you'll leave some white spots. Those white spots end up looking like clouds, and so it gives your sky some movement instead of a boring plain old all solid blue sky. Okay, so we got our Tahitian Tide on there. And I'm going to use a blending brush in the Orchid Oasis. This is another in color. And I want some really dark color in here, like where this leaf will be on in our scene. And then I'm going to just add some here and there throughout the sky, just to get some of that purple going in here. So you can just let that color run out on your brush. There we go. So there's our sky finished. Okay, next I want to stamp my leaf out. And I'm going to stamp that in Parakeet Party. This is another in color. And I'm just really concentrating on stamping the actual leaf itself. It's so great because the way it's made, it does all the shading for you on the stamp. And so you're just going to take it and give it a stamp on some basic white cardstock. And there it is. And I just cut this leaf out. I fussy cut it out, and by the magic of video I have it all done here. And I just want to put a little darker color on the tips of it. So I'm going to grab some old olive, and I'm just going to kind of rub the edges of the leaf on the ink pad here, just to pick up some of that color. And so I have like darker tips on my leaf now. So we have our leaf done, and now I'm going to add a little strip of paper here. I've got a soft suede piece here. It's 3/8 inches wide and 5.5 inches long. And so I'm going to lay it on my paper here. I'm going to lay it like an inch from the top. I'm going to take my leaf And I'm going to kind of angle it here towards the corner a bit. And I just need to know where to start my vine at. So I want to come down like straight with the middle of that leaf here. So I'm just going to make my first little vine line just like that. Then I'm going to take this off here because I don't want to risk getting this black on my sky. So that's where my first piece of vine is. And then you're just going to add a slant, put some more of these. You can do them they don't have to be totally a certain distance apart. You don't have to worry about this because this is a vine and a vine would not naturally grow that way. So there we have lines down it. And that is our vine, okay? And so I'm going to take a bronze Stampin' Blend marker, and I'm going to use the brush end. And for the bottom half of this piece of cardstock, I'm going to color it in with this bronze color. And that will start making this piece look like it's rounded a bit. So now I'm going to take a white gel pen and I'm going to add a little bit to the right side of each of those little lines. And I'm not going all the way to the bottom of the paper, only like halfway. This is just a little highlight on that vine itself. And it's on the right side of each of these little black marks. Just a little highlight there. So there we go. And this gets light. This is where we put that bronze at. So if you give it a second coat, that really gives it the strength of color that we want. So I just went over that one more time with that bronze Stampin' Blend marker. And if you feel like you're losing that black mark, you can go ahead and put it back on. Sometimes you cover it up with your white gel pen. Well, you can go back over that with the marker. And sometimes it helps if you get that white line too thick. Okay, so there is our little vine going around our little stick here. And so I'm going to add this to our cardstock here. I'm just going to use multi-purpose glue, but you use whatever adhesive you like. Okay, so I got it like an inch from the top. And then I'm going to add my leaf. And I'm going to add this with Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to add 5 dimensionals to this. Here we go. All right, and then I'm going to put it on the paper. I'm going to put it at an angle and make sure you're coming off that top one and that it comes up to where it's going to be in the middle of that leaf. Kind of angle it from that. Then you can take your marker and bring your stem down to it. So there is our leaf on a vine. Okay, and next I'm just going to stamp the sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy. You could also stamp this in black. I just wanted a nice dark color, so I picked out navy since mainly I was using blues in this scene. There we go. And that is an easy scene. Now we're just ready to put this together. And I have a card base here that's soft suede, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, and I folded it in half for a quarter card. On the outside of it, I have an Orchid Oasis panel that's 3 3/4 by 5.5. On the inside, I have an Orchid Oasis panel, and it is 4 by 5.25, and then I have a basic white panel that is 3 3/4 by 5. And now we can just fit this on the front of this card here, and I'm just going to center it up on that Orchid Oasis panel. Let's add some love here in the middle. Nice to add that to your card, huh? Okay, and there is our card all done for today. I hope you enjoyed this project and that it inspires you to get those inks out and get inky today. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye.